Hey, welcome back to the boardroom. We're going to be playing through King of Tokyo tonight. This video is just a quick run through of the basics and will introduce you to the mechanics of the game. The full playthrough will be available shortly in another video. King of Tokyo is an area-controlled dice rolling game designed by Richard Garfield for 2 to 6 players. There are a few different expansions for this game, but for this video, we'll only be playing the base game. The goal is pretty straightforward. You win by either eliminating the other players, or be the first player to score 20 victory points. Each turn follows the same actions. You start by rolling 6 dice and choosing which of those dice you want to keep based on the symbols you roll. You have the option to reroll the dice up to 3 times, rerolling as many of them as you want. Each symbol on the dice does something slightly different. There's numbers, 1, 2, and 3, that you can collect for victory points. For every set of 3 identical numbers you collect, you get that many victory points. For every 1 number after the initial set of 3, you get 1 additional victory point. For example, if you save 4 dice that have a 2 on them, you get a total of 3 points. 2 points for the initial set of 3, and 1 more point for having the 4th die that shows a 2. There's an attack symbol, which does 1 damage to the players you are attacking. This symbol works differently based on whether or not you're in Tokyo. If you're in Tokyo, you do 1 damage per attack symbol to each other player. If you're not in Tokyo, you do 1 damage to the player who's in Tokyo for each attack symbol you roll. If you roll the heart symbol, you can only use this while you're not in Tokyo, and it's used to heal 1 damage per heart symbol you roll. The lightning bolt symbol works the same regardless of being in Tokyo or not, and it allows you to collect 1 energy cube per lightning bolt rolled. The energy cubes are used to purchase cards, which we'll discuss a little bit later on. A few more things about Tokyo. If you're in Tokyo, you can't leave unless you've just taken damage from another player. You also gain 1 victory point immediately after entering Tokyo, and you gain 2 victory points if you start your turn in Tokyo. The last rule for Tokyo is that there's always someone in Tokyo. If your turn ends with the player leaving Tokyo because they took damage, your monster is now moved into Tokyo. That's pretty much all there is to the game, so let's go through the first round of playing and see just how these rules work. I started the game by rolling 2 hearts, 2 twos, 1 1, and 1 lightning bolt. Since I haven't lost any health, I don't need the 2 hearts, and I decided on keeping the 2s to try for victory points and the lightning bolt to gain some energy. My second roll was a 1 and 2 attack die. Since nobody was in Tokyo, I couldn't use the attacks, so I re-rolled all 3 dice again. My final roll gave me the last 2 that I needed to complete the set, a heart, and a 1 that really didn't do much of anything for me. At the end of my turn, I gained 2 victory points for my set of 2s and 1 energy. Since there was nobody in Tokyo, I had to place my monster there, which gave me an additional victory point. Nick's first roll gave him 3 attack symbols, an energy, a 1, and a 3. He kept the 3 attack symbols and the energy and re-rolled the remaining 2 dice. His second roll gave him a 1 and a heart, neither of which were beneficial to him, so he re-rolled them again. His final roll gave him another attack symbol and another energy. Since Nick isn't in Tokyo, his damage is directed to the player who is in Tokyo, me. He does 4 damage to me and collects 2 energy. At this point, since I've just taken damage, I could have left Tokyo, but since it's early in the game and we start with 10 health, I decided to hold out for another turn. Next up is Sarah's roll. She starts off with 3 3s, a 2, a lightning bolt, and a health. She decides to keep the 3s and the energy and re-roll the other 2 dice. Her second roll is a 2 and a 1, which doesn't match up to what she's trying to do, so she re-rolls the 2 dice again. Her final roll gives her another 3 and a 2, so her turn ends in collecting 1 energy cube and 4 victory points, 3 for the full set of 3s and 1 extra for the additional 3. After that, it brings it back to my turn. Since I started the turn in Tokyo, I immediately gained 2 victory points and proceeded with rolling the dice. The rest of the game follows the same flow, rolling the dice and determining what you want to do based on the dice you roll. It continues until either one player reaches 20 points or the other players have been eliminated, leaving only 1 monster left standing as the King of Tokyo. The only part this round of play didn't cover is purchasing cards. The number in the top left-hand corner lets you know how much energy the card costs. You simply trade in your energy cubes to purchase the card. Some cards are used immediately, and some cards you get to hold on to. There's a lot of things these cards can do, anything from giving you more victory points, to healing, to taking away victory points. They definitely add to the replayability of the game, since you never know which cards you're going to get to in each game. That's King of Tokyo. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to check out our full playthrough of King of Tokyo if you want to see the entire game start to finish. What other games do you want to see played? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for weekly updates. Also, don't forget to check us out on Instagram at boardroom_gaming. Until next time, see ya.